What if your clothes could tell the story of your ancestors? In the Philippines, they do. Every stitch, every thread, every pattern carries a piece of history. They say fashion is more than what we wear, it's who we are. It tells stories of creativity, resilience, and transformation. And the story of Filipino fashion is one of pride, evolution, and unbreakable identity. Long before runways and fashion weeks, Filipinos already had style. In ancient villages, clothing wasn't just fabric, it was expression. Men wore bahag simple yet powerful, allowing them to move freely under the tropical sun. Women wore malong and tapis, wrapped with elegance and grace. From Luzon to Mindanao, each community had its own weave, its own color, its own meaning. In the north, the Ifugao's geometric weaves told tales of gods and harvests. In the south, the Tausug's bold patterns reflected bravery and pride. Every design carried a soul. When the Spanish arrived, they brought new materials, silhouettes, and ideas. But instead of erasing Filipino identity, fashion adapted. The Barong Saya was born a blend of native comfort and European elegance. The Barong Tagalog emerged as men's formal wear, its translucent fabric both humble and dignified. Even under colonization, Filipinos used clothing as quiet rebellion, a way to say, "We are still us." In the 19th century, the Maria Clara dress rose to fame. Layers of fine fabric, butterfly sleeves, delicate embroidery, it became a symbol of grace and strength. Every woman who wore it carried not just beauty but pride. When the Americans arrived, the Filipino wardrobe changed again. Western cuts and suits entered, but Filipinos didn't copy, they reinvented. They took the influence and gave it their own rhythm. Barongs were paired with trousers. Filipinianas were reimagined with lighter lace and simpler patterns. The result was something uniquely Filipino modern, yet deeply rooted in tradition. Fast forward to the mid-20th century, and a new wave of Filipino designers began making history. Ramon Valera revolutionized the terno, transforming it from conservative attire to modern art. Pitoy Moreno brought Filipino elegance to global runways. Fashion houses began to rise in Manila, turning creativity into cultural power. The 1970s and 80s opened the doors to global influence denim, pop culture, and street style, but the Filipino soul never faded. Instead, it evolved. Designers began fusing traditional materials with global trends. Suddenly, native weaves met silk and chiffon. Barongs appeared beside blazers. Tradition learned how to dance with modernity. Today, Filipino fashion is rewriting the rules. You'll see young designers transforming the barong into streetwear, pairing it with sneakers and confidence. The Filipiniana, once worn for formal events, now graces red carpets and music videos. Indigenous fabrics once seen only in villages now walk the runways of Paris, New York, and Milan. Filipino fashion is no longer following trends, it's setting them. Wait, if you're loving this journey so far, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves Filipino culture. Together, let's celebrate stories that make us proud of who we are, because every view helps this story reach more hearts. Behind every design lies a story worth telling. The weavers of Abra who spend days creating a single roll of Inabel cloth. The artisans in Mindanao who hand-stitch ancestral patterns. The tailors in Manila who bring sketches to life. They are the heartbeat of Filipino fashion. What makes it timeless is not just beauty, it's purpose. Even as fast fashion rises, Filipino creators turn to sustainability, weaving with abaca, piña, and juicy, fibers grown from nature. They remind the world that true luxury is when culture meets conscience. In a time when the fashion industry often forgets its roots, Filipino designers lead with heart. Michael Cinco's gowns sparkle on global stages. Rajo Laurel's modern silhouettes blend heritage with high style. Francis Liburan's masterpieces have graced Hollywood and Miss Universe. These artists aren't just designing clothes, they're designing pride. But the true magic of Filipino fashion isn't on runways, it's on the streets, in the festivals, and in everyday life. From the colorful fabrics of Mindanao to the cool linen barong worn at weddings, fashion is woven into daily existence. Every fiesta is a celebration of culture. Every outfit is a declaration of identity. It's a reminder that fashion doesn't just express who we are, it connects us. The new generation is taking it even further. Young Filipino designers are experimenting with digital art, AI-inspired prints, and 3D weaving while still honoring the past. On TikTok, Instagram, and fashion vlogs, the barong is being reintroduced to the world not as something old, but something proudly reborn. Modern Filipino fashion is confident, fearless, and global, yet at its core it remains deeply human. Because in every stitch is the story of a people who never stop creating beauty out of struggle. Filipino fashion proves that innovation doesn't mean forgetting your roots, it means making them shine brighter. So next time you see a Filipiniana on the runway, a barong at a wedding, or a native pattern on a designer bag, remember, you're not just looking at style. You're looking at history turned into art. You're seeing generations of craftsmanship, passed down and reborn. And you're witnessing how the Filipino spirit transforms tradition into timeless elegance. Fashion fades. But the Filipino story, the creativity, the culture, the pride will never go out of style. If this story inspired you, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this documentary with friends. Let's keep celebrating the stories that remind us that culture is alive. Creativity has no borders, and the Filipino soul will always be in fashion.